The final skills we'll be looking at in this series of resilience webinars is the building and strengthening of positive relationships, as well as learning how to surround yourself with the right kind of people who can support you in different ways. Social connections play a vital role in our happiness, our health, and our sense of belonging in the community and society. The ability to form and maintain these kinds of relationships can have powerful effects overall, and these skills are essential aspects of having resilience. Research has shown that regardless of the challenges or stressors you are facing, being connected to others is one of the best predictors of resilience. This video demonstrates the importance of having strong social connections by demonstrating the positive effects they have on your mental and physical health.
If you talk to someone that has recently moved, started a new job, or retired, and ask them what they miss most about their past situation, one of the most common answers is that they miss the people that were in their life. What that actually means is that they miss the social connections or relationships that they had with those people. Social connections or social interactions with other individuals is crucial to mental health, which in turn is crucial to overall health. The lack of social connections has shown to increase stress hormones, weaken the immune system, and lessen cardiovascular functions. People who are lonely tend to consume more alcohol, exercise less, have less quality sleep, and fatigue easily. Social relationships allow you to share your achievements and have support when times are tough. Imagine achieving a long-term goal you had. What's the first thing you want to do? Tell someone, of course. Or imagine if something terrible happened. Not having someone to lean on and talk to can make that event linger and make you feel even more isolated. Giving support in relationships can actually be more beneficial than receiving support. When someone shares something positive in their life with you, it's a compliment. They wanted you to be a part of their success, and they know that you have a sincere interest in their life. And when someone shares a tragedy in their life, you know they really trust you, and they're looking to you to help them through this difficult time. Now, some social relationships can be bad. A person that is constantly negative and has a poor outlook can bring you down and cause stress, making that relationship toxic. Someone that always talks about themselves and makes all of your interactions about them, well, that's not really a social connection. In that case, you're just an audience member in their one-person show on how wonderful their life is. Poor marital or poor relationship quality can also weaken the immune system and erode physical health. Dealing with stress from a poor relationship can lead to over-consuming food or alcohol, smoking, or taking medications to deal with the stress, which in turn can damage systems in the body. Connections through social media can be beneficial by allowing you to stay in touch with friends and family. However, social media connections are not a good alternative for face-to-face, in-person contact, and too much time spent on social media can lead to more isolation and a greater feeling of loneliness. It's a good practice to use social media in moderation. To be healthy, we need people in our lives. It doesn't need to be 5,000 Facebook friends, and we don't have to have everyone like us. Having strong social relationships with just a few people is fine. A few people that we can share life's good and bad moments with, a few people that we can connect with on a regular basis with no stress and no judgments. A few people who accept us for who we are. Surround yourself with good people, folks. Good people.
Now that you've heard some of the powerful effects that positive relationships can have on our success and well-being, let's look at our own social supports, as well as the social supports that are here on campus. There are many aspects of life that college students need support or help with. A few of the most important ones are listed on this table: listening and coping with stress, finances, academics, motivation and inclusion, and your chosen career path or major. We need more than one person in our lives to meet all of these needs and areas of support. As a college student, it's easy to get in the mindset that you have to do everything on your own, but that isn't true. The most successful people in the world are those who receive help from others. You have your family and friends, but there are lots of people and offices here at UW-Eau Claire that are designed to help you succeed as well. You can use this table to help you identify or recognize the people you've already surrounded yourself with that support you in a specific area. Think of the name of a person who can help support the blank spots, knowing not everyone meets every need. That's part of the point. You want to have a variety of people in our lives who support us in different ways. We've gone ahead and filled out the campus offices, services, and groups row so that you know where you can go for these kinds of supports on campus. If you are interested in accessing any of these offices, groups, or services, more information is available on the UW-Eau Claire website. Just as an example, if you're really struggling in a class, in addition to reaching out to your professor for study tips and friends for moral support, you could go to the Student Success Center and they can help you with study tips, time management, and a bunch of other things to be successful. As you can see on the chart, there are many offices on campus designed to help support you and meet different needs students have. Be sure to take advantage of them while you're here, and if you can, form relationships with professors and your academic advisor, as having a closer connection can really help too. We've talked about the resources you have to a support team here on campus, and we've discussed the importance of positive relationships. But how do you build and maintain strong social connections in your life? This can be a hard thing to do, but it is so important. Maintaining and strengthening your connections with others plays a huge role in building resilience. We need others in our life that we can talk to, fall back on, and rely on in good times and in bad. As we saw in the video, positive social connections keep us mentally and physically healthy. So let's look at concrete ways to build and strengthen those close relationships. Keep in mind, it's not the quantity or how many social relationships you have. What really matters is that you have a few close, positive, strong relationships. So you don't have to be friends with everyone or even a lot of people. If you are, that's a bonus. But in reality, it's about having some good, solid relationships and social connections that gives us the most resilience. This may seem intuitive, but one of the best ways to build and strengthen your connection with others is to simply hang out and have a good time with them. You can go to your favorite coffee shop, watch a movie, or simply take a walk around campus. Sharing these positive experiences with others helps to strengthen the bond you share, as it helps you get to know each other. It is a great way to get to know someone better and have someone get to know you. It can also be a study break, stress reliever, or simply a chance to take your mind off of things. Spending time with another person and doing something you both enjoy helps the body release endorphins and improve your well-being. Overall, sharing positive experiences can make you, as well as the person you are sharing them with, happier. These feelings of happiness will encourage the two of you to spend more time together because you have fun when you are together. And the more time spent together, the stronger the relationship will grow. Another way to maintain social connections with others is to seek support from them when you are struggling. Like I said earlier, successful people are those who receive help when they need it. Going to someone and confiding in them when you are facing a setback or challenge also helps to build trust in the relationship. When you seek support from others, you are showing them that you care about their input. Before any feedback or response from the other person, you will already feel better because you got to vent and get something off your chest. But a lot of times, you can also gain a new perspective or receive some helpful advice along with letting out what's bothering you. It's also helpful in maintaining social connections to show appreciation for these important people in your life. Let the person know you value them. This can be as simple as thanking them for listening to you or telling them that you appreciate them. You can certainly do something bigger, but all it really takes are those little moments of thanks and kind words like, "I'm so glad I know you," or "You're fun to be around," that have a huge impact. And they are easy ways to show you care about the other person. So build in those little nuggets of appreciation. If you remember from the gratitude webinar earlier this semester, practicing gratitude helps to strengthen positive relationships by showing the other person that they are valued. You will feel good when you practice gratitude in this way, and they will gain a positive experience too by feeling appreciated. Along with telling those close to you how much you appreciate them, offer your support too. Listen to them if they are facing a challenging time too. You don't have to have the best advice or know exactly what they should do. We just want to validate their feelings and experiences. Simply being there to listen and showing them that you support them will help them. When the two of you show each other that you can rely on each other and can be there for each other during tough times, your connection will undoubtedly grow stronger. If you're having difficulty making new friendships, strengthening ones you have, or just want to meet and get to know additional people, consider getting involved in some groups on campus. Joining a student organization or group here on campus can help you to meet people with similar interests, which is a great way to start new relationships, and form relationships to build or strengthen your support team. When you join a group that interests you, you will likely surround yourself with others who are like you in some way. These commonalities are a great way to kickstart new friendships. Working with others toward a common goal will bond you to the other members of the group, and being a part of this group can make you feel more included and at home here at college. Keep in mind, close friendships take time to build, but joining a group, club, or organization is a great way to begin the process. This webinar is all about the importance of social connections, relationships, and supports for your resilience, and we understand that this comes at a time where many people may be feeling alone or isolated due to the global pandemic. Forming and maintaining relationships may be a more difficult task at the moment, but it is still imperative to your well-being and resilience. Social media platforms and technology in general have helped us to stay connected to those that we care about, as well as meet new people in the last year, and will continue to do so in the future. And while it is a great supplement to the relationships you've already formed and maintained through in-person interactions, it cannot be a direct substitute. Sharing experiences with others in person is what really deepens a relationship. Connecting with others only online can lead to or fuel feelings of isolation and can therefore be harmful to our mental health and overall resilience. Technology is a great way to stay in frequent contact with others and to share those nuggets of appreciation through a quick text, but it is equally, if not more important, to share positive, in-person experiences with others in order to really develop and grow your connections. These connections are the ones that help us feel supported and help us build resilience. We acknowledge the importance of social media and digital ways of connecting, but you shouldn't rely exclusively on these forms of socialization. Make time to get together safely with others in person to really get the full benefit of your social connections and relationships. As we conclude this final webinar on building resilience through social connections and relationships, it is important to take a moment to look at the difference between a healthy and toxic relationship. Part of building relationships and surrounding yourself with a support team is being able to decipher which relationships are healthy and which are toxic so that you can reduce your time spent in a toxic relationship. Healthy relationships are ones in which both people are respected and valued. The two individuals are viewed as equals by themselves and by others. There is clear communication between the two people. They can feel comfortable expressing their thoughts and feelings, and while disagreement is inevitable and may cause arguments, the two people are able to grow from these types of challenges and still show basic respect for each other through the disagreements. People in a healthy relationship have established trust through consistency and honesty in their words and their actions. There is mutual support, and each person wants the other to grow as an individual as well as in the relationship. In a healthy relationship, personal and physical boundaries are always respected. Each person establishes what they are comfortable and uncomfortable with and respects the other's boundaries as well. Lastly, there is no power or control of one person over the other, and one should never fear that the other may hurt them. A healthy relationship is one that you can and will always both feel emotionally and physically safe in. Here are the main aspects of toxic relationships. Disrespectful behaviors are markers for a toxic relationship. This can include rude statements or name-calling, harsh criticisms, and crossing boundaries. Next, a lack of communication may include not being able to talk about difficult topics, constant arguing rather than meaningful discussions, and misunderstandings that go unsolved. Consistent patterns of dishonesty leave no room for the development of a healthy relationship. When people in a relationship cannot both be independent from each other or do something separate from another, it is cause for concern. This includes financial, emotional, or psychological dependence that is usually the result of controlling behavior and power imbalance. This includes controlling what the other person does, who they see, and where they go. Control can come in the form of emotional, verbal, or physical abuse. Controlling behaviors and dependence often lead to isolation or the removal of the person from their other relationships and social networks. Manipulation in one person uses guilt in order to convince the other to ignore or disregard their own needs and desires. It often goes hand in hand with harsh criticism, a form of emotional abuse that gaslights the other person and mentally beats them down. If you experience any of these within a relationship, it's a sign it's likely not healthy, might be toxic, and could be harming your well-being. There is much more that can be said on this topic, and we have only scratched the surface. If you feel you are in an unhealthy relationship, feel unsafe in any way, or need someone to talk to, please feel free to reach out to services provided on campus, such as the Center for Awareness of Sexual Assault or Student Counseling Services. Both resources are here to help students understand and develop healthy, positive relationships in their lives. Your resilience challenge for this webinar is to practice the skill of strengthening your social connections. We talked about sharing positive experiences with others and how it can build and strengthen positive relationships. For this resilience challenge, we want you to carry out 2 positive activities with someone who you want to build or strengthen your connection with. These activities can be anything that allows you to share a positive experience like we talked about. Have a picnic, go for a bike ride, study together, or watch your favorite TV show. Track your mood and energy levels before and after your activities together. Then prepare to answer this question on the corresponding reflection survey for this module. How did spending time with someone help to build your connection and improve your mood and energy? We want to wrap up this webinar by saying a huge thank you. These resilience webinars were offered as part of a pilot resilience program from SPARK, the Suicide Prevention and Research Collaborative here on campus, run by Dr. Muhlenkamp in the Psychology Department. We really hope that you have found something useful to improve your resilience and strengthen your mental health and well-being as a result of doing these webinars. Please remember to complete the post-webinar surveys and the final program survey, as these brief surveys are helping Spark to evaluate this program and make decisions about offering it to more students. As these webinars have suggested, take time to care for yourself and use these little steps taught to build your resilience and empower your mental health.